Morning. I don't know why they keep revising this protection law. I'm really confused by that. Let's look at this a second here. So this is the original one they got here. Place pickup items. Understand. Plot field, dig mine, draw, tramp road, place, pick up, plant seeds. What's the difference? I'm so baffled. What the fuck is this squiggly line shit? Definitely an interesting take on the well, I just don't think they know how to do the lines and stuff, I guess. I mean, you got basic lines in this. I think I wouldn't have added any lines to that. I don't think there's any way to really do, you know what I mean? Without the extended road thing, I don't think there's any way to really do it. I think he's kind of credited. Seeing if they had anything else really to buy over here. I don't really think they do. So what's Mr. Wolf up to this morning? lot else to do here. Because really all they need to do is work on the lasers. I suppose they are doing that, but I don't know. I haven't really been following along. Bum, 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 bum. Hour and 3 minutes this expires. Oof. I really don't have anything to cook it with. Back on. What's next after this? Well, mostly just working on the EcoVerse server. I thought about maybe dipping into some No Man's Sky. Thought about it. I don't know. I haven't played No Man's Sky since, I don't know, long ass time. I think I dipped into it to begin with when it first launched. Then I was repulsed by all the crap in it. And then I tried to check in on it once or twice, maybe for like 30 minutes, an hour here or there. And I just couldn't stay with it for some reason. You know? What did he write? He must have wrote this law so it tells you every time you dig everything. That's why they're changing it. That's hilarious. Oh, gold. Yeah, and I don't know how long I'll stream today. I mean, I figured it's the last day of the month, and I didn't get to do full streams last couple days, so you know. Do some. Might as well do some. What you got going on today, Andres? Well, a lot of stuff I think we can do in the config aspect of it. I just don't know. I don't know how to explore all that exactly. So it's going to take some educational things, right? Right on. Yeah, it's supposed to be rainy off and on here today, so I imagine I'll be at the computer most of the day. Just deciding how deep I want to get involved in what, you know. Yeah. It's going to be a pretty chill day, I think. Kind of eating the breakfast burrito, so Just bear with me.
it up. The beast roars loud. Clouds of dust places we've known, over the peaks and under the ground. We won't stop till the world is bound. Asphalt dreams and gravel trails, bridges strong where rivers wail. Trade flows like a river song through every road we've made so strong. Through the rain or the blazing sun, this work of ours is never done. Paving the way through the dust and the stone, connecting the hearts of the places we've known. Over the peaks and under the ground, we won't stop till the world is bound. Tunnel through where the shadows sleep. Lay the stone where the climb is steep. Every curve and every bend brings a new town to a friend. sun's high and mean, but we're laying it down. Steel machines roar, asphalt steaming black. Every mile ahead, there's no looking back. Hard hat and highways, blood and grit. We're carving the land bit by bit. Bridges to cross, roads to pave. Building tomorrow with what we gave. Jackhammers bite, echoes deep in my chest. Gravel flies, but we never rest. Concrete and cables, sweat binds them tight. We build the veins that run through the night. Under the stars, under the sun, this is the work that never gets done. Hard hat and highways, blood and grit. We're carving the land bit by bit. Bridges to cross, roads to pave. Building tomorrow with what we Every scar on my hands tells a tale of scorching heat and a hammer's wail. The world rolls on what we've laid down through small towns.
God damn it, I keep forgetting to empty it. Get down here. Dust on my boots, sweat on my brow. The sun's high Oh, we're getting close.
and we're laying it down. Steel machines roll, asphalt steaming black. Every mile ahead, there's no looking back. Hard hat and highways, blood and grit. We're carving the land bit by bit. Bridges to cross, roads to pave. Building tomorrow with what we gave. Jackhammers bite, echoes deep in my chest. Gravel fly, but we never rest. Concrete and cables, sweat binds them tight. We build the veins that run through the night. Under the stars, under the sun, this is the work that never gets done. Hard hat and highways, blood and grit. We're carving the land bit by bit. Bridges to cross, roads to pave, building tomorrow with what we gave. Every scar on my hands tells a tale of scorching heat and a hammer's wail. The world rolls on what we've laid down through small towns and bustling towns. Yogagini.
Okay. Let's dive in. Hey, Chloe. You can wash my coffee mug, could you? Iced coffee. So you guys gotta roll out. I have to get this tunnel to go through the air side. It's just a mission now. We're almost there. So we're gonna do it. Punch through. Hey, we made it.
The sun don't rise, it just burns through the haze.
What?
A diesel sky,
Who's that?
color of gray. Boots on steel, the clang in the ground, sweating my eyes, no quitting time.
I'm gonna help my dogs. My daughter doesn't freak out and make a scene.
A man
I'll
of
be
the
right
mud,
back.
turning black gold from the earth and the blood. Day after day through the wind and the rain, the roughneck blues pumping life through the veins. The derrick sways like a drunken old pine. We ride the storms, no shelter to find. Coffee's cold, hands are cracked, dreams of home keep me coming back. The drill keeps turning, the night runs long, the hum of the rig is my only song. I'm a roughneck, a man of the mud, turning black gold from the earth and the blood. Day after day through the wind and the rain, the roughneck blues pumping life through the veins. I see her face in the flicker of flame, her letters smell like springtime rain. But out here love's a ghost I chase, lost between this rig and space. The sun don't rise, it just burns through the haze. A diesel sky, the color of gray. Boots on steel, the clang and the grind. Sweating my eyes, no quitting time. I'm a roughneck, a man of the mud, turning black gold from the earth and the blood. Day after day through the wind shelter to find. Coffee's cold, hands are cracked. Dreams of home keep me coming back. The drill keeps turning, the night runs long. The hum of the rig is my only song. I'm a roughneck, a man of the mud, turning black gold from the earth and the blood. Day after day, through the wind and the rain, the roughneck blues pumping life through the veins. I see her face in the flicker of flame, her letters smell like springtime rain. But out here love's a ghost I chase, lost between this rig and space. The wind bites sharp at the break of dawn. Boots on steel, the work goes on. The derrick groans like an old man's sigh under a big, unforgiving sky. Sweat and grit, it's all we know. Digging deep where the black streams flow. Black gold is the devil's trade. Every drop's a debt we've paid.
All right, Duke's retrieved. I'm now back in the house.
The whistle screams when the shift is done. Another day wrestled down one by one. Coffee's cold and my back is sore, but I'll rise again when the alarm
Can't quite reach it. Are you serious?
calls. The ground
So
gets
dumb.
riches, but it takes its toll.
I do have a large I could throw out here.
Leaves a mark
I don't know if I got the room for it though.
on a working soul. Rust on the rig, scars on the men. We dig it out, we go again. Black gold, it's the devil's trade. Every drop's a debt we've paid. pocket of bolts. Rusty wrenches sing and they don't revolt. Steam trucks hum like they know my name. Tractors growl, yeah, it's all the same. Turning gears like the world depends. Every fix sparks a new loose end. Grease and grit, I make it tick. Metal hearts that never quit. I build the future, one bolt at a time. Grease and grit, this world is mine. Pistons pumping like a clockwork beat. The smell of progress, it's bittersweet.
I just can't believe I can't range that. That's like, seems like so obviously close.
I sew the seams of these broken machines. Smoke rises high, the engine roars. This is my church, my holy chore. Grease and grit, I make it tick. Metal hearts that never quit. I build the future, one bolt at a time. Grease and grit, this world is mine. Grease and grit, I make it tick. Metal hearts that never quit. I build the future, one bolt at a time. Grease and grit, this world is mine. This world is mine. Old stained hands and a pocket of bolts. Rusty wrenches singing, they don't revolt. Steam trucks hum like they know my name. Tractors growl, yeah, it's all the same. Turning gears like the world depends. Every fix sparks a new loose end. Grease and grit, I make it tick. Metal
picture of us by the old barn door. Sunset glowing, your hair in the breeze. Back when love was as easy as the leaves on the trees. Whiskey and wildflowers, that's how I remember you. A little bit of sweet with a kick of something true. We were wild and free, just like the summer skies. Now it's just me and the memories in your eyes. We used to chase fireflies under the July moon, talking about forever, said it came too soon. But time slipped away like sand through our hands. Now I'm here with this glass, trying to understand. Whiskey and wildflowers, that's how I remember you. A little bit of sweet with a kick of something true. We were wild and free, just like the summer skies. Now it's just me and the memories in your eyes. The road we traveled was long and winding, but every mile with you was worth finding. Now I sit here with a tear in my smile, thinking of you every once in a while. Whiskey and wildflowers, that's how I remember you. A little bit of sweet with a kick of something true. We were wild and free, just like the summer skies. Now it's just me and the memories in your eyes. So here's to the moments they'll never fade, to the love we had and the price we paid. Whiskey and wildflowers, they'll always remind of the beauty we found and the love left behind. The road we tried.
This is how you waste a lot of food points. Good Mason. Might as well go use this food up before it starts to expire. We'll go put it in the refineries. Go. I got most of that pretty automated now, so they have access to all that. Like, dumped all those calories in that food for them, so they should have plenty of pumpage going. I'm gonna miss playing with this thing. That's why I'm probably getting that fuel and stuff ready, because I'll probably just come back here and there and play with this till we do something else. Still quite a few people on. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. thing says. Boom, boom. There we go. And that does that for now. We've done everything here we need to do for the moment. Yep. Oh, goodness gracious. Two-star start. Oof. Two-star starts. It's like not only are they against limiting stars, they're giving you 2 stars to start off with. Go for it. And then the server's dead in a week. That's how it rolls. So crazy. Let's look at our punch list. Stuff for EcoVerse. A lot of this we got to figure out in the background anyway. I guess we got to make me a command cheat sheet at some point. I've got the main one from the Eco Wiki, but I'll figure that out. Let's see how to figure out the dice roll thing. Like virtual tabletop type stuff. I don't know. I'm still on the fence where I'd show dice rolls or not. So let's figure that out. Might be a little too meta. Browser-based GM dice rolls with modifiers. I guess it'd be Google has a dice roller? Interesting. It does. Look at that. You just like click which dice you want to use. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let's change this to. That song's not bad. I need to move my new chill music over there. I wish there was a way to have like, that's something else. It'd be cool if you had like speakers inside Eco, like an actual standalone thing. Like you go in a room, like say you have a restaurant and you want just, all it does is just emanate music from it in that close area. So you can kind of get a vibe in the area you want for your shops, different things like that. I don't think there's any way to do that in Eco right now. It's not that I can think of. There's a spinner too. Oh shit. Fidget spinner, come on. What is the point of this? Oh, come on. Ah! Hey, Mom. I was looking at different ways to, like, for dice rolling things, like browser-based stuff, and all that, for the RP stuff I was looking at. And apparently Google's got its own dice thing. It's just browser-based, whatever, it's fine. But on here I'm looking at, and then I was like, well, they got a spin the wheel thing too, you can spin it for different selections. Well, next to it I had the toggle, and it says fidget. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Click on it, it's a fidget.
Fidget spinner for Google.
I was like, wait, what is this? What's the point in this? Like, you look, you can sit there, you can go, hey, stop it. I was like, come on. When did we get so digital that we can't like put an actual fidget spinner in our hands? And come on now. Good Lord. Oh, here's a
Oh, are you ready?
there's a tuner too. Interesting. I had no clue that I think I remember seeing the dice roller at fidget spinners. Meditate. It's a breathing exercise like the apps on your phone. Good Lord. That's cool. But anyway. That's funny. I still have one. I know people got into them because everybody got into them, but I still have one somewhere. I don't know where it's at right now. I think my son might have swiped it up. I don't know. It's probably my dresser or something. I haven't fiddled with it in a while. My hands have been occupied with games and everything else for a minute, but if you got downtime, you're sitting somewhere, it's whatever, There's enough mobile games to keep most people amused. It gets crazy like that. Yeah, I'm trying to think on how I don't want to make it really complicated by any means, but what kind of dice system or setup I want to use for, the random events and stuff. Because part of me thinks, hey, it'd be cool, to show on stream or something like that. The other part of me is kind of like, I don't want to meta it out too much, you know, and kind of keep it for the other things. Maybe have it visual somewhere where you could screenshot it to show and then archive it. So that way if people like, oh no, it's like, oh, here's all the screenshots are all the dice rolls we did. I mean, that wouldn't prove anything, but at the same time, you know, sometimes it's good to have documentation. People are like, so you're telling me I was a jerk to you yesterday and all of a sudden there's a meteor hitting my town? Hey, bro, that's just the way the dice rolled. I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, we wouldn't be targeting vital infrastructure anyway, I don't think. Or put it on a very low chance. You know what I mean? It'd be more like stuff that's, I don't know. I mean, do you leave it totally up to chance? That's a good question. Do you leave it totally up to chance? I mean, obviously I want to put the modifiers in, like we talked about, to like curb it, you know, allow people in the world to curb it one way or another, get advanced notifications, those type of things. So that way they're not ill prepared, as long as they go down the path of preparation or even prevention in some cases, then they could help mitigate those damages. You don't want to be like, surprise, in 1 hour, here it is. No, I don't want to do that, you know. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to weight it so ways where something couldn't happen. And it's nothing they'd have to fiddle with anyway. It'd be fiddled with on the back end anyway. But I just want to set it to where it could be pretty important. It could be like, you know, minor. Just give a scale there, and then their modifiers help narrow in that scale to where it could put it way more on the minimum side, or enough notice where they could avoid it almost altogether if they needed to in certain cases, depending on how prepped they are. And then that ties in the equipment they could get for it. Oh yeah. I should not be yawning. I just had a nice coffee. I should have some caffeine injection here. The other thing is, I even thought about going so far as doing a virtual tabletop, because it could be interesting if you were able to map down coordinates for certain events based on a tabletop, then actually use the modifier, you know, because obviously eco can be spread out into a 2D map, which would actually match up pretty well for like some of the old virtual tabletop stuff. Let's look at some of them, just see what's up. I know Roll20, that's one we used to use back in the day. I can't remember how much this thing costs. I don't want to buy stuff. I'll put it that way. I don't have the investment currency to buy stuff, but I do want to make it to where it could be used in that way. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, shoot, I have a bag of dice upstairs somewhere. I can just roll dice if I really just wanted to go that deep. I'm just thinking of different ways to implement it that makes it kind of neat. Yep, take a picture of the map overlay on the grid. Yeah. None of that matters. Compendiums don't matter. I'm trying to remember what... I'm just trying to picture what these systems were. This is more the map editor type stuff. Just so you can move your pieces around. I remember that. I don't think there's anything that interfaces this type of grid with the dice. I think I'd probably just have to use a dice roller and just do the grid system, you know, which would be easy to math out, right? Because like you said, Bodus, if you take a picture of the map and then you just divide it by, let's say you're using 20-side dice or whatever, you can take two 20-side dice, divide the grid in coordinates based on 20. You could do it, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be hard to do in that way. So then you'd get a quadrant. You'd be like, okay, the event is going to occur here. And that would be kind of neat for the meteor shower type stuff. So you could really just randomize. It could hit, nobody even gives a shit, right? It could hit over here, whatever. It could do this or that, or it could be right in the middle of a town. It could be, you know, a lot of stuff. What is it? Yeah. Commercial use. I love it. I mean, most of the stuff you get for free here. I mean, what do they consider commercial use? Is me showing their product on stream commercial use, I guess? So they'd be like, oh yeah, you showed a picture of our product and we got free advertising for it. So you commercially used it because it was pivotal to your aspect of what you're doing. Was it though? Wouldn't it be crazy if you had to, before you built like a monument or something, you had to submit like blueprint plans like this to the government? How crazy would that be? Oh, where's your floor plan for your you didn't submit the documents there. Did they really? I don't think. I think I know a group of people that would think that's really cool. I know there are people that would make them not even wanting to play. So there's a big divide in that. There's some people that are like, I'll just say there's two distinct camps of people I know of. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that'd be cool. Unfortunately, that'd be cool, I want to do that extra work, is the minority of people I know. It would be neat to have though. It might be more interesting to do the inverse of that, though. If you want to require a specific type of building, you have a very basic schematic. Just like, okay, here's a box or whatever, right? Like you have a box and this, you want it shaped like this and blah, blah, blah. And that's what the government puts out as a basic floor plan. You can make it aesthetically how you want, but we want this kind of spaces in it because you have a functional use, you want to use it. And then you could say, I want it out of this type of material. And then from there they go, you know what I mean? But you could actually come up with some templates that way. And then it's on the builder to meet the schematic instead of them submitting ideas the other way. That might be a better way to introduce something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Because it's essentially like just graph paper. You know? But I can see it the other way. Like, hey, I don't even know what you want. Yeah, you would. You would. Right. I mean, you can just RP it and do it through the Discord and then they say they got it. Like, just write it write it in a letter. Use the mailbox mod, write it in a letter, and then they have the document, right? Like those letters could essentially be documents. Yeah. Custom store signs, so the images could be used. Yeah. I like the idea of images and stuff for logos and stuff like that, and for lore building too. That's so dumb. Yeah, it's just. So even those other sign mods, like the Signs 9000 and stuff, they don't have the other stuff in there. You gotta like set each individual emotion con. This seems dumb. I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do based on what's allowed and what's not, what's available. I was asking about, you know, you and I talked about this a few days ago here on this disassembly mod. Because these signs don't host images. Yeah, I guess so. You're right. I was talking about this disassembly mod, and like everybody's was like responding to it inside their mod chat thing. And I posted a question that hasn't been answered yet because I just posted it yesterday. But I was like, hey, this looks like a really cool mod. Can you choose what recipes to turn off in this? Because like, I could honestly see maybe these three: recycle dirt ramp, recycle garbage, two compost. I could see that even, because let's be honest, compost is overproduced anyway. So who cares if somebody wants to make garbage into compost? I don't care so much, especially if it's set in this, which when I was reading it, since it sets us in the fertilizer trade, that's not bad. But everything else of recycle, scrap items, fire, nah, all that stuff, no. The metals, no. And tailings, the iron, tailings to gold, you're on crack. Like this stuff, you know what I mean? You actually want. I don't have a problem with that either. I just want to know if you can tweak the recipe. Because let's say, okay, let's go with the fact you want more garbage. This would be a good thing for like what Far was doing in the practice server for his garbage dump. You know, this is something fertilizer could actually have a trade as a trash man. It's like essentially that'd be the trade you want to be if you want to be the garbage guy. Because you could do this, but you could just put some sort of recipe limitation on it where it's like whatever, right? You know what I mean? But the dirt ramps do nothing for garbage. Like I get they take up space in their boxes and stuff, but if I go through one more server and I see people just stacking like fully assembled ramps or boxes of ramps or blocks of just broken up stone and just to level dirt, that drives me fucking crazy. I hate the stacks of blocks and then they just put one layer of dirt over it and they're like, oh, there you go. I'm like, that is so lazy. It's dumb. Yeah, but it's too powerful with this other stuff. I mean, you know, tailings to iron and gold, come on. First off, you're eliminating tailings in a super easy way, right? Which is problematic at the outset, because tailings are supposed to be a problem. Making them valuable seems like insane. You'll have like all these smelters taking fertilizer as a trade. Yeah, make them take so long they're having a big stockpile. Yeah, it'd be a super slow process, but it would still process. And maybe you set the speed parameters on it, like I could even maybe see scrapped items to crush rock, but I don't think so. I think it'd have to be really specific. And you already have a recipe that does that pretty much for the crushers for like stone roads and stuff. So I'm kind of like, eh. It's really the dirt ramps, and I can see like some garbage of this, but what I would do is I'd alter the recipe to where you had to put something else in this to make it a compost, and or make it like anything organic you could recycle to compost instead of, you know, it like helps speed it up instead of just having food waste or something like that. That's what I'd think anyway. But yeah, anyway, I posed a back to what I was saying. I posed a question on this of like, is there any way to filter our recipes? Because at bare minimum, I'd want to remove the tailing ones. I mean, even if I could get my head around scrap iron and all this stuff, let's say it takes, you know, certain scrap items, like you could change it to old hammers or broken specific tools. You could recycle iron. Maybe you submit like 40 pickaxes and you can get like 2 bars. You know what I mean? I can see that, but not just like, hey, this is waste, I'm gonna create metal out of the sky. This becomes like an alchemy skill then, and we're not playing a high fantasy game, so you know. It's too broad for me. Anyway, it's too broad for me. Full storage control. Take control of your storage. You could precisely filter what they accept and optionally hide. Is this just like the same thing as what it's allowed in game? Is just like a lazy way to do it, I guess? Because here you have to go to the stockpile. I guess you could use regular stockpiles for filtering then, but then that eliminates a lot of the coolness of the storage mod that we use. I would much rather see this be an actual late game item that does this. Like say you had, you know, like you have the sorting belt. I've said this a long time. The sorting belt, in my mind, I would first off rename it to something else because it's essentially a screening machine, right? Like it's a final screening machine. A sorting belt would be a cool thing you could put in line in your storage hierarchy to sort things. And it's like an electronic item, you know, and then you could actually sort and filter things to different piles because it would be like, you know, AI run kind of, so to speak. You could choose like these things go to here, these things go to here. That would be a cool item in there. I'm sure you saw the Hot Wheels updates. It's fucking sweet. Did you see this, Andreas? Did you see all the Hot Wheels updates they did the other day? You got school buses. Yeah, they got school buses. They got a Tesla in there now. They got the jet skis that everybody's been wanting. Two versions of jet skis, by the way. They have a modern and an electric version. Yep, they're in there. They're in there. They're in the mod. They say everybody's saying they're ready to rock and roll. I was like super excited. Yeah. So they're in there, and they've confirmed all the vehicles are paintable. You know. So here's what I was thinking, bonus. I know it's like the whole other thing for Dim World. I know we don't have schools, but man, all I gotta say is 2 words: prison bus. You know. Prison bus. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The Tesla thing, it'd just be cool to have more cars. So, I mean, I'd let it roll, even though it says Tesla. I wish they just went with a generic electric car. It looks cool as shit. Don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like we needed a branded Tesla in there. That's jet skis are fucking hot. This would be great for the races and stuff, because we could do our buoy races. Yeah, the jet skis look cool. Yeah, because you got the electric, they get to charge off the thing, and then you have the modern. That's the other thing I don't really know, like with the fuel system, since this is electric. I assume, I don't know what type of power usage they do or anything like that. That'd be something. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, it says they need to be recharged with a wall charger or a Tesla supercharger. And then it talks about the usage here. So the steam paddlecraft with the shipwright, you can do that in the medium shipyard. Jet ski can be done in that too. School bus is obviously industry. Same thing is like, but the Tesla is actually the electrician skill. So the Tesla Model 3 is an industry. It's pretty cool. They spread it over to the electrician. But I mean, you know, electrician and industrials go hand in hand anyway. I mean, that's kind of it. So that's pretty hot. I'm excited about that. I haven't seen much discussion in here, but I think it was in the Eco Propers where I first saw it, because they got their mods section down there. That's where people were talking about. Oh yeah, under mod ads. But it's the version 3.0 for the Hot Wheels mod. That boy's gonna be overworked. We'll have to start a campaign. Save Demorals. We need more devs for Dim World. Please. Mod devs. I wish I would have lit my bike like that. That looks so cool under like the kitchen light thing. You want to try out the jet skis? Meow.
I'll fire it up.
I mean,
The beast
throw it on a server. You can do it.
clouds of dust. Rise
You got this. I believe in you.
Steel heart pumping through the ground.
God, I just wish this thing worked. It says
It chews through
it says 11.17 plus. I just wish this thing would work though. For everything I've seen, like they even said there was a bug with it. Some people report a bug with it where it wasn't allowing new players to log into the server. for the world editor. That'd be great for the blueprint stuff. Oh, and this is the other one that got updated was the tiered calories, which I'm still thinking about because this could be interesting. It's just the scary thing is if you run out of cooks, then I mean you're really, whew. But basically, for people who don't know, what it does is it makes a tier system. So the higher up you go in the tiers of productivity and stuff, you basically are required to eat better foods. Well, this one also lowers the value of the lesser food. So if it's a tier 0 food, you know, you might only get 23 calories from it. So you can't do like I do and just sit there and pound stuff. You know what I mean? You can't pound the lesser foods. I'll put it that way. You could go after the other ones. Etsy broke the server. You can't update. Well, right. That's true. It's just hard to find a way to keep cooks engaged sometimes because it's like cooks don't want to learn all these skills and then they have to go back and like, oh, all he wants is charred toros, or you know. It's like, I get that, but half the time I find like the cooks quit anyway, so then it's like, well, we had a master chef and a baker, but now we're back to campfire food, if that. So that's always the thing that worries me about implementing something like this. Because I like it in theory, I just don't know if I mean, because once you have it in there, I guess you could always just turn it off, per se, if it doesn't work out, but then that seems like so booty hole. I guess you could always put them on government food stamps and just sell the food out of the government shop if you lose all your cooks. Just spawn in food and put it there if all your cooks are gone. I mean, there's ways you can mitigate it, but it seems so meh to do it like that. I wish there was a way to like have like higher tier recipes at some point. Like if you wanted to have an actual cooking competition, like have it more complicated to where it could actually fail, or they have qualities to cooking, you know what I mean? Based on your skill set or the ingredients you use or the type of fire you have or something like that. If there's a way, they'd still be worth the same calories, but there's some way to differentiate them. So if you cooked it just right, it wouldn't even necessarily get a bonus. It'd just have a higher rated quality level. That would be neat for RP sense. It wouldn't make much sense for the rest of the game. People just playing vanilla stuff, but I like the idea of like really being able to vary a cook based on their skill in implementation. That would be neat. But yeah, that's one of those ones that I'm always like, because I've seen several versions of this come out over the years, and it's just like, man, it'd be cool, but it also, I don't know. I do like this approach though. If a player's overall skill level is higher than the foods tier, the calories are reduced. So, you know what I mean? Like, so the way they base it in here is like, okay, if you're a high tier skill player, they're reduced proportionally because you're super high and you shouldn't be eating charred corn. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be eating this sort of thing because of that. I mean, you still could technically. You're just gonna have to like pound a stupid amount of it. No, it just doesn't. You know what I mean? In an RP server, it doesn't make any sense that I have, and I do this too, Wolf. You know that. I usually have 2-3 fridges, and I just sit there and I'll spend $200 or $300 on foods, and I'll just pound them to load my machines up with stuff. And it just gets a little. It feels dumb. It's like hang on, let me eat. You know, you're eating like stupid amount of shit to like queue up a truck. I think a lot of the counter problem to that though is too when the higher tier foods come out, it's like people want you to pay $5 a plate for it to start with, and I'm like, holy shit. It's like, you act like that's liquid gold, and I'm sure that would just exacerbate the problem. People wanting more money. They're like, well, I know you can't eat that garbage. You're gonna have to eat my good. What is this shit? Big dirt. Increases shovel stack size, wood, iron, steel to 5, 10, 15, and 20. So essentially a whole slot on a tractor would be your shovel.
Under our boots, tamping down dreams.
It hurts my soul.
Through valleys wide, over hills so steep.
Alright, anyway, back over to the dice thing. I got my ADHD with. Go check this out. Okay, what's another? Roll 20s on the Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Let's see what that one. What's this one got? You can purchase or demo. I know it's gonna be like always this way. How much does this cost? You can suck my left titty. $50? Come on now. It does look kind of cool. For what they're using it for, not for what I want. This looks cool too. Spanners celebrate 50th anniversary release Foundry Table. Special events. Okay. Let me see what the core features actually are. I love the map detail, man. I always feel like playing it. I don't know. Maybe it's the back mind. I want to play some D&D again. I haven't done that. It's been decades. There's an overview video.
Foundry Virtual Tabletop is a modern and innovative tool that helps you and your friends create immersive stories in over 200 tabletop role-playing systems, all for a single one-time purchase with no subscription tiers or gated features. Foundry VTT provides a canvas to showcase whatever story you want to tell. Present your players with a massive world-scale map to explore and roam, or spotlight beautiful artwork for theater of the mind storytelling.
You know, here's another mod idea for you, Botus. Probably not possible. What if there was a fog of war for Eco? Just saying. Just saying.
Augmented with animated lights, weather effects, or immersive audio. When things get tense, Foundry VTT is ideal for running gritty and tactical combat encounters, using dynamic line of sight, fog of war, and powerful features to streamline gameplay.
I've never played on Foundry. I think we did, the only virtual one I ever did was a Roll20. The rest of them were like, man, it's been long enough ago. It was in person. It's old school for me. It's been a while. It's been a while.
And enhance quality of role-playing. Controlling what players perceive in an explorable area is as easy as choosing a wall type and drawing it onto the scene. Foundry VTT's intuitive walling system includes basic walls that block both movement and perception, but also more interesting fare. Doors can be locked or hidden and include sound effects when you interact with them.
Sorry about the ad
Terrain
break.
walls allow you to see objects but not past them. Windows permit
That
sight
is
only once your
cool.
character approaches them, and illusory walls that characters can pass right through conceal untold secrets. Foundry VTT has a powerful lighting engine that can transform any image into a dramatic scene using only a few clicks. Deepen the immersion
I
of
don't think
dungeon
it looks this
exploration
good,
with
though, or maybe
flickering
I was just
torches,
playing with a group that
mysterious
didn't utilize
swirling
that.
mist, and ghostly lights. Amplify.
Because I don't remember. That's what it probably was, because it says like the lighting's only included in the Pro. So maybe we were playing on the free one and I didn't even know it. Oh yeah. So I don't, like I said, I remember playing on this with somebody. It wasn't me doing it though, but. Oh, nice. Yeah, my only GM experience with anything was I had to sub in before for somebody else, and I basically did his campaign for a day or two, but that's it. What's up, sweetheart?
You want a frozen pizza with me?
Yeah, I can do that. Are you hungry?
Tired, so I'm hoping food would give me energy.
In what universe does food give you energy, Rachel? Never has happened. Food makes you take a nap. But yes, if you want to do a frozen pizza, I'll split one with you. It's a little early, but I could eat. Duke's like, Mom, I'll give you energy. Let's go out. And wake our son up, too, if he's not awake already. Or else tomorrow he'll have a rough Monday. Anyway, sorry.
Buy a modern or sci-fi game with rotating sirens, protective force fields, or ominous black holes. The powerful vision and detection system in Foundry VTT ensures that every character in your party has their own perspective. Keen eyes may let someone see grayscale in darkness, but rich color when a light source
I
is
would
present.
never.
Perceptive antennae could allow a character to sense other
use
creatures through tremors in the ground or heat signatures behind walls. A temporary magical effect might allow a character to identify invisible creatures that others in the party cannot perceive. As players explore areas with their controlled character token, they can pass underneath overhead objects like door frames, chandeliers, tree canopies, or roofs of buildings. These overhead tiles, placed in the foreground layer of the game canvas, can be configured to fade away as characters walk underneath them, or to reveal what can be seen beneath based on a token's line of sight. Overhead obstacles can also suppress weather effects or light sources to simulate three-dimensional...
Maybe this is what we need to do as a palette cleanser. Botus, maybe we need to actually have
environments. It's easy to set the mood for your game session
Virtual
by
tabletop
configuring
campaign.
playlists full of thematic music, environmental ambience, or one-off sound effects that underscore important story beats. In addition to audio playlists, which everyone hears, you can place localized sound effects on the sounds layer of the game canvas. These sound effects are only audible to players whose controlled token moves into the audio sources area. Foundry VTT's powerful lighting engine can seamlessly transition a scene between day and night, and every light or sound effect in the scene can be configured to be only active during a certain time of day.
I didn't play your campaign, so it'd be new to me. You know what I mean? I'm not against it.
A dilapidated and abandoned manor house during the daytime might become a site of dark and unspoken horror once night falls. Build your campaign and track game sessions using our powerful journal system that supports text, images, PDFs, and more. Fill your pages with lore covering locations, cultures, factions, and characters that can be easily linked with a drag and drop from the sidebar, or highlight text to find relevant links automatically. You can even pin important pages to scenes so your notes are always at your fingertips. It's easy to share content with your players, and they can each have their own journals for tracking important notes or work together using Foundry's collaborative text editor. Every game system
Now I can find some interesting things with that.
handles combat differently, and Foundry VTT makes running combat a breeze. Just start an encounter, let everyone roll initiative, and the battle can commence. Perform attacks using weapons, spells, abilities, and more with a single click, and Foundry will automatically track your ammunition, spell slots, and other resources. When your attack hits, roll damage and apply it directly to your target. Abilities with area of effects will allow you to automatically place measured templates that highlight the impacted areas and which tokens are affected. Keep track of abilities that are useful throughout combat by popping them out to a separate window so you never miss an opportunity. If a character is affected by a temporary condition, enable an active effect that tracks its duration and even changes the attributes or capabilities of the affected character.
I don't know.
Game systems can support additional system-specific mechanics like polymorphing to make combat fluid and immersive so that you can stay focused on role-playing and planning your next tactical maneuver.
That's pretty cool.
Not everyone
There you
has
go.
time to
Over 1,000 free maps.
flesh out an entire world, make their own maps, and devise complex characters for their game. To help all the low to no prep game masters, Foundry VTT
There you go, Bodis. You've been labeled. You're now a low to no prep game master.
includes free access to more than 1,000 world, regional, and battle maps from talented creators, as well as hundreds of audio tracks that add sound effects and ambient music to perfectly set the mood for your game. We also have partnerships with your favorite publishers to provide amazing pieces of premium content for a broad range of game systems.
Oh, this is where the money comes in there. That's a 100%.
Pre-made adventures offer a turnkey solution for running a top-tier game with minimal setup.
There you go.
If you'd like to roll up your sleeves and go well beyond the Call of Duty, Foundry offers unlimited opportunities to personalize your gaming experience. It's easy to get started developing for Foundry VTT with macros that allow game masters and players to access the API and perform automated or scripted tasks to make playing faster, easier, and more fun. If you're not a coder yourself, the constantly growing developer community surrounding Foundry VTT has created almost 3,000 game systems and modules that add incredible features to the software, like 3D dice rolling with customized skins and special effects, map importers for terrific software like Dungeon Draft and Dungeon Alchemist that automatically creates walls, doors, windows, and lights so you don't have to, integration with other services like World Anvil, Describe, and Sirenscape, as well as total conversion mods that introduce isometric and even full 3D modes for a totally different style of play. Really, no matter how you use Foundry Virtual Tabletop, its best feature is you, and the stories that you'll tell.
Aww.
The phenomenal community of developers, writers, artists, moderators, helpers that have sprung up around Foundry Virtual Tabletop is truly a point of pride for myself and for our team. They serve as a constant source of inspiration, positivity, and helpfulness that has contributed invaluably towards creating a welcoming and enthusiastic community which we feel lucky to be a part of. I hope to see you there as well. Cheers and happy gaming.
That's pretty cool shit. You just found her yourself, love it? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you came up, if you were able to take a snippet of a campaign, like, and we could do like we could even make it a stream tabletop thing to do like one or 2 days a week or something. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty neat. We could stream it, and I'll tell you what, it'd be a great marketing thing too, to especially moving towards eco RP, because then it kind of helps flesh out more RPers just getting their eyes on your channel for like RP stuff, and be like, hey, I know totally off topic, but you know, there's this other game that we RP in. You know what I mean? Because not saying there's a lot of correlation there, but being people like to RP, they like to RP, and there's a lot of crossover of people like tabletop and that do live action RP inside games. More than a lot of people might think. There's a bunch of it. Right? Losers. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, the only thing I would use out of this whole set, it'd be such a waste for me, I guess, even though it's a neat system, would be like the map, and be able to do like virtual dice on top of it, and then like draw out, like have the towns labeled on the map, and be like, oh no, this might hit here, and you could do some sort of effect thing where there's potential meteor showers, or you could do a sphere, like they built a, you know, laser defense area here, so it's not going to hit here, or satellite there, and it'd just be like a little, hey, look at this map. That's it. There was nothing robust. That's pretty cool, though. But really, all I could probably really need is this dungeon scroll for what I was going to do. Just do the free version, because you can create unlimited maps. You can load SDS files, redo anything, export PNG images, import map groups, scripted links, library. Yeah. These are all just auto dungeon things to make. I tell you though, what, Budus, like, you know, if you would have had, you could have drawn out your maze idea like from last season inside this, and like drawn it to scale or something. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's my blueprint for my maze. Let's look at the next one. I like that Foundry one though. That looks pretty cool. And the fact it's a one-time purchase is nice. I just don't. That would be anywhere from half to 1/3 of my entire Twitch paycheck to buy that one thing. I don't think that's gonna happen. Beyond D&D Beyond. The one thing the main reason I remember back when I did tabletop, and one of the reasons a lot of times we would use the GURPS rule sets and stuff and systems is not only they're 10, like based on rules of 10 for the most part, was because it was hard to do. We did what did we do? We did cyberpunk, and anything that was like futuristic or something was more in a GURPS system. Kind of like the same thing for those people who played if you ever did any Vampire Masquerade tabletop in the past, like their systems are a lot like that too. They have a lot more modifiers though, but and traits and stuff, but you can make GURPS as complicated or as simple as you wanted. And after playing AD&D for a while before that, it was kind of nice to have something you could focus on the actual role-playing event and going through the campaign rather than, getting your Accubus and slide ruler out, calculator and calculating. This looks more like it actually. Let's see what tools they got. Hey, Dookie Duke. How is the Duke doing? Cameras all over the place again. Oh, I know, Huffy Puffy. You're like, oh, Dad, why's my camera not right? I know. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. Good Lord. Don't jump up. Stay down. Sit. Sit, goofball. Reset it again. Good old OBS Streamlabs. Deactivate and activate. Let's see if it moves now. I think it is frozen in time. Software update. So to do the zoom, we can look at all the instructions on the furnace and the puppy food, but it's not rotating. Well, shoot. Easily upload and scale your own maps. Yeah, this is just looks like it's got more dungeon creation tools and stuff, which is not really what I need. I like looking at all the options. Let's see. Then there's Owlbear Rodeo 2.0. Okay. Let's see what this is. Well, that's pretty crazy. Bring your character's life and animated map support. That's kind of neat. What, Duke? It's not time to play. It's not time. I know you think it is. Okay. Very vocal today. My puppy's being very persistent. What's a personalized room? Oh. I mean, you get all the tools and everything for free. Interesting. Made a cheesecake, just had to eat some. I cannot blame you there. Cheesecake's one of my favorite desserts. So now let me ask you this, Outlaw. Is your cheesecake, what type of crust do you have in your cheesecake? Because this is where I'll judge you. And is it a properly baked cheesecake, or is this like a Jell-O whip throw in the fridge? It's just a biscuit crust. Well, it can be okay as long as it's light and flaky, but I will say my personal favorite is Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. And Cheesecake Factory, while they have a variety of different styles of cheesecake, let's go over here. Hang on. They are the connoisseur of fine cheesecakery, in my personal opinion. Let's see. And of course, cheese. Now, a proper cheesecake that I prefer, hey, get down, is one that has a graham cracker crust, right, with a light sour cream topping. But you can mix that up. My favorite one they have is usually the, which one is it? It is the raspberry truffle. I believe they still have the raspberry truffle there. Yeah, white chocolate raspberry truffle cheesecake, which is a chocolate graham cracker crust with a swirl in of raspberry, shavings of white chocolate topped with a little bit of whipped cream, and baked for perfection. Uses full sour cream. Hey, I'd be willing to try. I've had digestive biscuits. They're not terrible, by any means. They're not as sweet, obviously, as that, but digestives are okay. I used to buy them. We had an import store. I think it's still over there, World Market. We get a lot of, even here in the Midwest, where I'm centralized in the country, they get a lot of imported foods and stuff that aren't normally in the United States either. And boy, I bet they're loving it right now, the economy. But they get all sorts of chocolates and all sorts of stuff that's a lot more, UK and European focused stuff. So you can't go to a regular grocer and get a lot of that. So cheesecake made with homemade ricotta. Interesting. Now, this is a delicious one here. It's very rich, of course. That's why you don't really need more than a slice of it. But they have a whole lot of different ones. I've never tried the salted caramel. I heard that's great. Some of these I'm like, whatever. What's the other one? This one has ladyfingers in it. I think the chocolate tocino cream cheesecake somebody got before was delicious. It's got the mascarpone mousse inside layer. It's Here's their no sugar, gluten-free, low carb cheesecake. I know, Duke. You can bark all you want. I'm not outside playing right now. Yeah, I hear you. Oh yeah, tiramisu cheesecake. The key lime cheesecake's pretty good if you like that. Pumpkin cheesecakes, okay. I didn't think it would be. I thought it'd be a little too much because I do like pumpkin pie, but it was actually pretty damn good. They also make an amazing carrot cake there too, and you can get proper tiramisu and some of the other dishes obviously. But I mean, who wants anything other than cheesecake? You go to the Cheesecake Factory. So yeah, this one's a pretty good restaurant. I mean, it's a chain here in the United States, but it's, you know, they're all over the place. How many locations they have now? I know they have 2 here in Kansas City. Anyway, got me dreaming of cheesecake. Pretty good stuff, though. I remember one time for Valentine's Day, my wife made me homemade pasta. A proper, she had to get a spring pan and the whole deal, and she actually made a actual cheesecake from scratch too. It was really good. Never did it again. It's that one time, but it was really good. Yep, that's okay. I get derailed at like the smallest thing here, so it's not unique. It's not unique. Yeah, but we'll probably I'll probably just use the Roll-20, or if I get a wild hair, look at the other one, but probably the Roll-20 tools to maybe do that. So jot that down on the sheet. Figure dice rolls. Roll-20 tools. I was wanting to use oh wow, thank you. Is this a DiGiorno?
No, it's Never Smart.
It's who?
Never Smart.
Oh, is it? So it's a DiGiorno knockoff. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I see you, puppy dog. You cannot have my pizza. Sorry. Sorry. It's not for doggos. Not for doggos. Back, big guy. Back. You don't want any of this anyway. It's all dough. Mostly dough. I know. Look at you with your sneak attacks. You're looking. You're looking. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Dad. I'm just gonna sit right here beside your plate of food. No problems. I just want to guard it for you.
No, Duke. Gosh. You act like we didn't feed you at all. Go lay down. Sir, what'd I say? Go lay down. You can lay down there at my feet if you want, but you're not gonna go lay right here. Careful, buddy. No, sir. Okay, no. Back up. Oh my gosh. He's gonna be so ornery right now. All right. Like I said, we normally don't stream a lot on the Sundays anyways. So I think I'm gonna have to go eat this food and take this puppy to play. So we did a short stream right now. I might do one later too, who knows? But I'll be on comms and stuff after I get done with lunch. Ow! After I get done with lunch and get done getting Malinois. And then be working more on some the EcoVerse stuff and all that jazz. But we're probably gonna go ahead and just take a break here and do that. Just kind of want to get on, hang out with everybody for a little bit. I miss all you guys. I like playing games with you. But yeah, we'll take a break for now so I can actually eat, not chomp in your ear and do all that stuff. So I love your face. We'll see you guys later. See if there's anybody we can go give some hostess to the mostess. Let's see who else is hanging out doing stuff. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think I see me a Cowboys. I see me's a Cowboys. Let's go raid a Cowboys. Say howdy. Give him some love. Let him POE it. Get everybody in here. Come on, people. I know it's Sunday, got stuff to do, but you gotta go give some love first. Let's do this thing. All right, guys. I'll see you a little bit later. Make sure to follow along in Discords, all their stuff. Watch for more news and information about your favorite RP server, Demworld. And then I'll give you more as I get details about the EcoVerse.
Tag keychains, and then I got 2 sweatshirts, one for me and one for Nikki.
Comes out September 5th.
Yeah.
Oh, it does have online co-op.
Yeah.